Welcome to the live stream. I'm going to actually play a video straight away, just a little bit different. Uh, I think it's just sort of appropriate. So let's just get going with that. And that's it. I mean, it's most of my day that's what it is like. It's just grinding out the kilometers super slow. More on how slow in a second, but really, it most of the time I'm just sort of alone with sort of my head, sort of yeah, enjoying it. Today I woke up and I wasn't feeling it, um, and I'm kind of disappointed in myself. I know we all have ups and downs and everything, but last night was just just really tough. I mean, it was just another bad night in a string of bad nights. It started off with I was sleeping, then suddenly got woken up at 12 o'clock by a mysterious caller. They didn't leave a message or anything like that, but it just woke me up. And as soon as I woke up, I had a coughing fit, and sort of like I was telling Ian today, friend Ian, about the sort of the coughing fit. It's like just a real one of those real painful coughing fits. Yeah, like when you throw up and it's like just that was really painful throwing up. Same thing with you sometimes you have that with the coughing fit. It's just so painful. It just is just not it's not relenting at all. And I just sort of had that, and then I had it sort of three times during the night, and each time I was completely woken up, had to get up and go to the loo, have some water and everything, and just try and get back to sleep. I mean, I got to back to sleep each time, and I slept longer than I normally would, and woke up naturally before the alarm. But still, I was shattered. My body's adapted, but my mentally, I think this is the toughest. Or in the beginning, I'm gonna. Damn it, Ian and Paolo, you ruined my story. I'm gonna. I was going to say this was the worst, toughest mental challenge just to get through today. I had to get my head down. I had to sort of go and get it done. Um, yeah, my phone does have a do not disturb function. I thought I had it set, so I don't know why it came through. It was a mysterious caller, so I don't know. I have to maybe I've turned it off or something by mistake. But yeah, I've got a do not disturb. I knew just like a few friends can sort of get through. So I had that function, but I don't know why, and but it just knocked me sideways. Um, I've had really tough days. People have seen me sort of really struggle. I did those that were there with the Brooks running event or the Brooks team in Le Chouffe. I mean, there I was just destroyed, but that was physically destroyed, and it's a bit. I don't really want to talk about toughest day of my life is because it's not. There have been real heartbreak days in my life that have been nothing to do with running. This is the toughest running day that I've had to face mentally. I think that's it. I've had some really tough ones. I've had in the Marathon des Sables, I've had tough days, etc. This was physically, even though I was tired, my muscles aren't sore. I have that, and I can get through. I can get through it. I knew I could get through it, but mentally, it was just such a tough day. Um, I wasn't actually meant to go to. I'd forgotten I was meant to go to Amsterdam, but I sort of looked at it and I went, "Oh, this is." So I was meant to go there with the crew in the lobby, and um, I had to actually sort of just message him and say, "Look, I cannot do this. I cannot face going to Amsterdam and back. I've got to just really make sure that I can stick to just getting this 50 kilometers done. That's the only focus I have today, is just get this day done." So my plan changed, and it went to just going up and down the same piece of road on the Zeeweg from Adved to Bloemendaal back. If you just look on the live track, it was just me going up and down. Yeah, occasionally I went on a different side of the road, but I just went up and down, and I made it. I made it. Like a couple of people said, I made it. The day, the challenge is still going. And it's so ridiculous how I can have a good day and then it switches so badly into a bad day, and then probably tomorrow will be a great day, or please let it be a great day. But it's just um, mentally brutal. That's the thing, and it doesn't take much to make that a brutal day or not. But yeah, I got through it, and it was in such a dark cloud that what I did was I've got my cap, my sort of peak, and what I did was I just shoved it around in front and just used that as a mask. I kind of, if I could have run in a room behind closed doors in a dark room, I would have done it. I would have just say, I just want this day to be finished. And it really hurt me to be doing this, because one of the things that I'm really proud of is the engagement I have with people, and I can sort of just like, smile at them, get really excited about meeting them, and I genuinely am. But mentally today I was in a dark space, so I want to apologize to all the people that were like thinking, "What? That's not the positive story guy that I've heard so much about in the banana suit." So I apologize to them. And you can see that the impact that you have, the energy that you give off, has people can sense that. Um, So here I am in my just like little bubble, just going like that. And I have so many sort of cars tooting and people saying, well done, you can do this, and things like that. And I only had a few. And most of those were from people that spotted me and were excited for spotting me from a distance before they got closer and sensed the energy. I really think that the people could sense the energy, which is why I wasn't getting so many sort of shout outs as I normally would. I think, when you're sort of just putting your head down and just, I've got to get these done, and I did it. I'm really really proud that I got through today. But um, the title of this is "Friends Help the Clouds Disappear." So feeding wise, I did well. I had quite a few of the bars, and I even stopped at the visitor centre in Edved. So there, for the park, I've stopped there, and I had a vegan croquette. So a vegan croquette. I said, "What have you got that's vegan?" They went, "Well, I've got a croquette," and so they gave me a vegan croquette with real butter. It's just so funny. It just makes me giggle when I sort of see that. You kind of get, yeah, the butter doesn't really work. Or you get a vegan burger and and you like say, has it got real mayonnaise or vegan mayonnaise? And they go, oh, real mayonnaise. Oh, no, then it's not really a vegan burger. Uh, so I had that, which was really good, and I had another piece of the carrot and ginger cake. So I did feed quite well. I was really good on that. But I want, this was going to be a story about me just grinding it out, but it all changed round. I kind of, first of all, Paolo came, so I think I had around 15 kilometers to go, something like that, and Paolo sort of rocked up with a Coke, and I said to him, look, I just want to, you know, I just want to put my head down and get these kilometers done. I'm not going to be very chatty. In the end, I did start chatting to him because I'm playing him Genesis, and he's like, I was born in the 90s, and you're playing an album from like 1985. So I was playing Three Sides Live by Genesis, the remastered edition. I did start doing second. Oh, getting a bit nerdy now, and I was going to do Seconds Out, But actually, that's kind of important. What I found was I tried a few. I've tried a few things to sort of help me get through the day. Yeah, we all have techniques of to get through that day, and for me, it's sort of music. I tried music, my sort of regular playlist, and it was driving me a bit nuts. So I went, okay, what do I need to do? So then I switched to, in effect, just listen to watching a couple of TV series, but that was just too distracting. I was getting slower with those, and it was hard to hear the dialogue with all the cars whizzing by from Sandford. From because they're getting all packed up from the Formula One. So that was a little bit hard. So I gave up with the films. It wasn't really sort of doing me any favors and went and switched. And then I went to my safe space. I mean, what's your safe space with music? For me, it's albums that have memories. So I went to albums that have good memories. So there was Simple Minds, Real Life was one, but a lot of it was my sort of childhood with Genesis, Three Sides Live. I was main. I was one listening to, and also I was going to do Seconds Out, but that was a bit too. Yeah, I didn't really. It's not so energetic, so I decided against that. So there we go. Bit of music distraction, and so Paolo was like, "Who the hell are this? Who the hell? I've heard of Genesis." I'm like, "Oh God, how can you only hear Genesis?" So, but he stayed with me for a bit, which was really sweet, and then he left. I said, "Look, there's no point you hanging around," and so he wanted to go to the gym anyway, so he zoomed off. Then I'm running back down. All I've got to do is just do a down and back, then get home. I'm running down, then suddenly, at the fright of my life, where sort of like someone taps me on the shoulder, and Ian was there. So really, the people that pulled me up today were Paolo, and Ian. And Ian was such a rock star. He stayed with me right until the end. So all I had to do was just do the last 650 meters, and he stayed with me for like 13 kilometers. He asked, "I'm gonna." He asked, so he's training for Amsterdam Marathon, and this is that clip. So if you didn't see the clip at the start, then have a look at the clip at the start, and you'll see what it is. I am technically running, but I am running so slow that I could win a world record for slowest runner ever. I can literally, yeah. If there was those remember those races where it's like the last person over the line wins, I would win if it was a running race. So I'm like running, and Ian tells me, yeah, because I'm training for the marathon. And it's my rest day today, so I wasn't sure. So I asked, he's doing everything via Claude, his training plan. And he asked Claude, is it okay to join Paul? So Claude knows who I am, to join Paul for a little bit. And Claude came back and said, oh yeah, it's just like walking with a few extra steps. So yeah, just do it. It's not going to have any impact on your rest day. Oh man. And it's true. He Ian just walked the entire thing, and I'm running. I feel like I'm flying, and I'm literally he's like walking a slow pace next to me. That's how it is. But no, 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 but I am the slowest. I really am the slowest. I can crush anyone with that. But yeah, it was he stayed with me. He stayed with me right until the end. And to show sort of how much of an impact, when Ian was with me, I switched my peak around. I suddenly felt like the world could see me. That peak was just my mask to hide my hide me from the world. I just needed to sort of just be in a, even though I've got like a bloody banana suit on, just to hide from the world. But with him and Paolo, it just sort of lifted my spirits, and I just turned the peak around. And suddenly I said, "Okay, I'm here. I'm doing this." Chatted to a couple more people, and had a great finish. And I'm like, and I'm exhausted. Mentally is the main one. I'm really sort of exhausted, but uh, the I got through the day, and I feel better, way better. Yeah, this is a bit weird. physically and mentally, I feel, even though you probably hear my voice sounds a bit down, physically and mentally, I feel so much better than this morning. How crazy is that? You run 50 kilometers and you actually end up more energized, more happy, more fit, less less issues than you started. And I think for me that's the beauty of running. I I did a post today while I was that was when I made that post um while I was eating my croquette. And it was like, I get it's a little bit frustrating trying to get sponsors. The sports brands don't take you seriously because you're wearing a banana suit. The environmentally ones aren't interested because you're running. So I have a real dilemma in how people can pigeonhole me in terms of um, what I am. The thing that I'm most proud of is not the plogging. The thing I'm most proud of is running, which is my passion. It is, I am so proud that, there's just a comment like I did 900 kilometers in 18 days. It's just phenomenal. Doesn't matter if it's in a banana suit or without a banana suit. Doesn't matter if it's picking up trash or without a trash. That is fun. I think that is how many people can say they've done that. I don't think there are many people on the planet. Um, so I am so proud of what I seem to be able to do, and regardless of the speed, I am bloody running. uh, that's the thing I'm most proud of, and running is really is my is my passion. That is where my heart lies. I love making an impact. I love doing what I do, and making my 17-year-old self proud of who I've become with my blogging, etc. But the joy in my heart is for running. It is when I was out there on my own, head down, I'm in my happy place, even though it's a tough battle, even though there's a dark cloud over it. In its core, there's something shining because I'm running. I just have that with running, and I'm just super thrilled. 18 down. Tomorrow's 19, and I'm really Yeah, I'm not gonna say I'm excited for tomorrow. I wanna see what I feel like tomorrow, but I'm hoping that I'm gonna be able to sort of control the cough tonight and get through it and get some good sleep so that I wake up and we're able to continue. It's as simple as that. I got through today. I didn't think, it feels like today is breaking that ceiling. I've mentioned it in the past about sort of trying to, see how far I can go to breaking point. It feels like mentally I broke through to another level today just by getting through today. Just by I made some really sensible decisions. I made some really important decisions like not going to Amsterdam. Like I put on the Patagonia suit because it's easier to run in. So I made some very sensible solutions to make it easier for me. The route I chose was made deliberately to make it easier. So I'm proud of the decisions, but I'm more proud that I'm sitting here saying I've done today. I don't have any kilometers to make after this live stream, and I'm carrying on tomorrow. That was the mental battle I had to break through today. I think the 17-year-old self is good. I don't think I've got anything more that I want to say. I think I should keep it like that. Maybe what it is worth knowing is just the kilos. So, I mean, that was the other thing. It was, I think, the thing I was talking about. What makes the challenge so tough to Ian, and it's actually the trash. The trash is the thing that is making it tough. I didn't. One of the things that I always wanted to have a film made about what I do. I think it's worthy. I think it's worthy of a film. but is there enough drama? Because when I did the 31 marathons, there wasn't really enough drama. There wasn't really any like, will he make it? Won't he make it? There. I had some really tough days. That 70 day near the end was just was so tough, but I made it, and the next day I'm running, and it was amazing. I didn't really have those moments where I was like, oh, I'm not going to make it. This one has been so tough. So what's the difference between the 31 marathons and the 40 ultras? Well, the 31 marathons, some of them were even, they were 70 kilometers. So I've done days when they were sort of way more than a marathon, but it was a lot easier. Why is that? And I think I was sort of talking to Ian. I think it's because of the trash. Because I was running in most of the time, I was in places where it wasn't much trash. Occasionally I found a load of big trash bits and things like that, and obviously in the big towns. But I literally was running through the town to get to the next city, so it was just briefly in a city before carrying on, and as a result of that, I only got 350 kilos. Now I'm doing, that whole 31 days. I've on one day we got 252 kilos. That's like that's 2/3 of the total I got in 31 days. And most days I'm getting close to 100, which is just crazy. I think that's where really is the extra strain. I think it's that more than necessarily the 8 kilometers, because that's what's adding the extra time. That's where all that picking up all that trash is just taking so much time, and it's fatiguing. It is, if you do it over the whole day. So picking up all that trash, I think that's what makes it so tough. So today was quite interesting. I was like going to go, am I going to hit my 25 kilogram target? That was my original goal, and I didn't. But I just literally was just going down one route and back and forth. So there's like a 4 kilometer stretch to go one direction and then back. And I was just doing that all the time. And it was the one that went to the Formula One circuit. And there wasn't much trash about the Formula One, but I still managed to find, even though I've been cleaning that road so much, I still managed to find, I didn't find my glasses, 19 kilos. So I didn't hit the 25 kilos, but even just doing a 4 kilometer section, enough times you come across trash that you miss, and I got 19 kilos. I think that says a lot about, I mean, forget about all of the trash that I've collected. If I can still go down a route that I've been regularly cleaning over the last, sort of couple of weeks, and I can still pick up 19 kilos of trash, that's just one 4 kilometer section. Imagine how many hundreds of thousands of kilometers there are in this country. How much trash is lying on the ground? It is just ridiculous. I'm going to 6 pillows. Yeah, I'm going to have a nice bath, and then I'm going to, I'm not going to do much. I'm just going to go to sleep as early as I can. That's the plan. I'm going to get some food, some really nice, easy to make food. Screw it. I'm going to order Domino's. There you go. Used to do that last year. I'm going to order Domino's. Perfect. Here we go. Oh gosh, I don't know how many Domino's I had last year when I did 31 marathons. Obviously, I'm kind of excited now. Excellent. Right. Thank you all for joining and for this. It was a lovely guy that ran past. He said, "I listened to your live stream." Thank you to everyone that listens to the live stream, whether you're doing it now or I'm gonna have to order a Coke. I didn't get any Cokes for home, so I have to get some Coke. Thank you all for listening to the live stream. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry that my tone is a bit down. It's not as energetic as it is, but this is real life. This is 18 days into a 40-day challenge that is just crazy tough. So have a little playback of the video at the start, and I will see you. The joke. I screwed up the joke last time, didn't I? I screwed up the joke. So In fact, I actually screwed up the joke because what I wanted to say was there is a tiger, a pig, and a cuddly toy, and they all go into a snack bar. So I got that wrong because I said they went into a bar, but it isn't. So because that's the whole point about this. So let me start again. So there's a tiger, a pig, and also what is it? And a stuffed toy. They go into the bar. The tiger goes up to the barn to the snack bar counter, and he goes, "I am so stuffed. What have you got?" And then the guy says,